Shaquille O'Neal is arguably the most dominant player to ever play the game. How good was Shaq? Where does he rank among the greats? Can he play in this era of modern basketball? What's up everyone? Welcome to Hooper Mix TV where we talk everything hoops, and my name is Pat. In this video, we will be discussing how Shaq dominated the NBA with his size, footwork, and of course, fun demeanor. Before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe for more NBA content as we post a video every week. It all started when Shaq was drafted by the Orlando Magic with their first pick in 1992. During his college years, his talent was already well recognized and already considered as NBA ready as it gets, and everyone is already wondering how someone can be that big but yet so fast. During his rookie season, he already made huge impact in the league, not just metaphorically, but literally, as he kept breaking backboards that the NBA had to set guidelines in place in strengthening the basketball stance of every arenas. He finished his first season averaging 23.4 points and 13.9 rebounds a game, and also this year, he was the first rookie to be voted as an All-Star since Michael Jordan in 1985. Unfortunately, they missed the playoffs, but have improved and won 20 more games than the previous one. His tenure with the Magic continues, his game keeps evolving and he became more dominant game after game. Then in 1993, the Orlando Magic drafted Penny Hardaway and has seen the vision of him and Shaq being the next Kareem/Magic duo. The chemistry was definitely there as Shaq averaged 29.4 points and led the league in field goal percentage at 60%. Penny Hardaway in his rookie season averaged 16.6 points and 6.6 assists and was a runner-up for Rookie of the Year. The Magic ended the season with 50 wins and made the playoffs for the first time, but they were swept by Reggie Miller's Indiana Pacers. As we continue in Shaq's third season, the Magic understood that they needed some veterans to support their young team and were able to sign Horace Grant and Brian Shaw. This year was huge as Shaq led the league in points at 29.3 points per game and was second to David Robinson for MVP voting. Both Penny and Shaq made the All-Star team and was able to win 57 games during this season. They defeated the Celtics for their first playoff series win, and they also defeated the Bulls even with the return of Michael Jordan, then got their revenge against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. They finally made their first trip to the NBA Finals, and it was against the Houston Rockets. O'Neal and the team showed immaturity and inexperience against the Rockets, who was led by Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem ended up dominating Shaq and went on to sweep the Magic to win the championship. After the loss in the NBA Finals, they came back looking even more stronger than ever. They finished the season with a 60-22 record. They made it all the way to the conference finals, but they went against the 72-10 Bulls, who just added Dennis Rodman and considered to be the best team ever, and got swept. Shaq then became a free agent where everyone was expecting him to stay with the Magic as they have an amazing team, but they offered Shaq lower than what he was expecting and thought that he did not deserve a $100 million contract. With this, the Los Angeles took this opportunity to offer Shaq a contract higher than what the Magic did. They were able to sign him on a 7-year contract for $121 million. He continued to retain his numbers at 20 plus points and 10 plus rebounds a game with the Lakers, but they were still incapable of winning as they have always lost in the playoffs. Then in 1999, the stars have finally aligned. The Lakers made the decision to hire Phil Jackson as their head coach. The changes showed immediately as O'Neal became more focused on winning and his body was in the best shape ever. Kobe Bryant continued to blossom as a young star in the league as well. Once again, Shaq led the league in scoring at 29.7 points a game and 13.6 rebounds, was one vote short of being the first unanimous MVP, and made great improvements on his defense, resulting in his first all-defensive team selection. The Lakers eventually went on to keep winning easily up to the conference finals, then won a hard-fought battle against the Blazers. In the NBA Finals against the Pacers, Shaq was on a mission and dominated the series and went on to win his first championship. They went and won 2 more championships against the Sixers and the Nets respectively in order to complete a rare three-peat. Even with all the championships, the friction between Shaq and Kobe continued and the chemistry slowly deteriorated. Even with that, they continued to be a great team and made the NBA Finals in 2004. Though they were against the Pistons' nasty defense, we were able to put a stop to Shaq and the Lakers and eventually won the championship. After this, the Lakers and Shaq decided to part ways and he was traded to the Miami Heat. With the Heat hard work culture plus the 10% body fat policy, Shaq were able to lose some weight and wanted to prove the world that the Lakers made a bad decision picking Kobe over Shaq. His first year with the Heat was filled with success as they won 59 games with the best record in the East. Him and D-Wade also became an unstoppable 1-2 punch. Then, he also finished second in MVP voting behind Steve Nash, which up to this day, Shaq still believed he was robbed. But during the conference finals, they couldn't get over the hump and succumbed to the Pistons' choking defense and lost. Then in 2006, Pat Riley assumed responsibility as the head coach and many people initially thought that the Heat was weaker as they only won 52 games as Riley sparingly used Shaq to preserve him for the playoffs. Shaq then averaged career lows throughout the board, but Wade was able to carry the offensive load for the team. The Heat made the playoffs as the number 2 seed and has beaten the Bulls and the Nets before they face off again with the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. Shaq became the second option of the team as the Pistons has no answers against Wade, who tortured them the whole series and were able to win to go to the NBA Finals. Though, in all honesty, Wade's amazing performance was only possible due to the continued dominance of Shaq under the basket, as he would normally be double or triple teamed, which resulted in open looks for his teammates. During this season's NBA Finals, they were against the Mavericks led by Dirk Nowitzki, who were the favorites to win it. The Mavs were able to win the first 2 games, but the Heat came back and eventually won the series, and Shaq was able to win his 4th and final championship. His days with the Heat eventually came to an end due to injuries and locker room drama with Pat Riley, and among other things. He was traded to the Phoenix Suns, and in 2008, he won the All-Star Game MVP along with Kobe Bryant, and this was the last memorable accolade the Diesel will have. 2009 was the first year that Shaq has failed to reach the NBA playoffs and was eventually cut by the Suns. Shaq then played for the Cavs with LeBron James, then the Celtics with the Big Three, hoping to win more championships, but failed. During his time with the Celtics, he then suffers multiple injuries and was just a shell of his former self, and after 19 seasons in the league, has decided that it's time to call it quits and retire. So, how good and dominant was Shaq? Well, let's look at the facts. He was a terrible free throw shooter, might have not have the best work ethic, and partied like an animal as expected with his fun self. A lot of dramas and ego problems surrounded Shaq, yet for his first 14 years in the league, he averaged 26 points and 12 rebounds a game before his numbers eventually declined. He was a dominant force that only Father Time was able to stop him. Shaq led the league in field goal percentage 10 times and also won the scoring title twice. He won 4 championships, 3 finals MVP, and 1 season MVP. These accolades should cement Shaq as one, if not the most dominant player to ever play the game. He should be one of the best centers to ever play, along with Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Wilt Chamberlain. No one will ever be as dominant as Shaq in this league, as no one can ever be that big, yet that fast. Giannis would be the closest thing to Shaq in the modern day era, and no offense to the Greek Freak's greatness, but the dominance is not even close. Hope you enjoyed this video and appreciate the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Go follow all of our social media, same name, links will be down below. Make sure to click on that notification bell button to get notified as we post a new video every week. That's it for this one, and we hope to see you guys on our next video. Bye bye.